Good morning everybody, this is Simon Ward of the triathloncoach.com and you are all entered for Outlaw Half in 2 weeks time, 2 weeks on Sunday, which means that if you haven't started already, you need to be thinking about your taper. Okay, 2 weeks is about the shortest distance or time I would recommend for doing a half Outlaw event. So, without further ado, I'm going to get on and show you a few slides and try to explain how you can get the most out of this, because if your training's gone really well up to now, what you really want to do is make sure that you get the maximum benefit on race day. And it's really easy. I'm sorry if this is going to upset a few people. It's really easy to fuck up your race by doing the wrong thing in your taper. Okay? Alright, let's go on to some slides now. And we're going to look at these. So I'm going to disappear from view for a second. So taping for the Outlaw Half. There isn't any best length for taper. If you've been tapering for 4 weeks, that's fine. If you've been tapering for 3 weeks, so you're a week in, that's fine. 2 weeks is also fine for this length. If you're doing the Outlaw, by the way, I'd suggest you do a bit longer, and we'll come to that nearer the time with a video for the Outlaw full distance. But for Outlaw Half, 2 week taper is going to work fine for you, and I'll show you exactly what you need to be doing with this next slide. So, the things that scientists are generally agreed on. You do need to reduce the volume. That means just pulling down your total training hours each week. Now, don't worry about the numbers just yet. I'm going to come on to that in a second. You should maintain the frequency. So, simply that means if you've been training twice a day, continue to train twice a day. It's what your body's become used to. Okay, if you're used to swimming in the morning and doing a run or a bike in the afternoon, and then all of a sudden you don't have that, you'll fill your time with doing something else. So keep the frequency of training. And it's a mistake to think that in order to freshen up, you need to drop the intensity. You don't. In fact, your fitness will be maintained much better if you actually keep the intensity up. You don't need to do a lot, but you do need to do some. So here's an overview of a 2 week taper. You'll see that I've got in the top graph there, oops, go back, sorry, in the top graph. And we're going to escape from that now, and we're going to come onto this here because I want to use the pointer here. So let's just get rid of that. Slide only, let's get rid of that. Okay, so here you can see 4 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 1 week. So we're going to drop the volume right down. Over those 2 weeks, this is what we're going to do with the training. Okay, it's going to be, assuming that you're at this point just now, this is what you're going to be doing this weekend. And then for the next 2 weeks, we're going to enter into this on Monday, do nothing. On Tuesday, some very low intensity training. When Tuesday to Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, you pick up the volume a bit to restore your fitness. And then from Monday onwards, you're generally reducing down towards race day, which is here. Okay, so this is how you do this. Okay, this is my suggested 2 week taper. Remember, let's go on to this slide first. Yeah, reducing volume, maintaining frequency, keeping some intensity. So, reducing volume. Monday, you're going to have a rest day. Okay, we're trying to get rid of fatigue. In fact, let's go to this slide here. One thing that you should know is it takes about 5 to 6 weeks for training to be absorbed into the body. So if you're planning on doing any big training now, it's not really going to be of any benefit to you for the Outlaw Half. Now, if you're training for Outlaw, and Outlaw Half is just a training race, then that's fine. But if this is one of your big races, anything you do now really isn't going to help your fitness. In fact, all it's going to do is make you more tired. Okay, particularly if you do lots of running. Swimming, you're okay with. Cycling, not too bad. Running, if you're doing a long run now because you haven't done one and you think it'll help, it won't. It'll actually make your legs more tired for race day. It certainly ain't going to make you run any faster on race day. So your goal with the taper is to reduce fatigue and maintain fitness. When you drop the volume, you will lose a bit of fitness, but if you're losing more fatigue, then what happens is that you'll be fresher on race day. So going back to this here, day one, take a rest. Day 2, the easiest thing on the body is swimming, so do 30 minutes of drills. The next easiest thing on the body is cycling, so on Wednesday we do 30 minutes of sort of cadence drills, one-legged drills, something that's going to help your skill but allow you not to get too tired. On Thursday we add in a bit more running, but we only do some drills, so there'll be a lot of stopping and starting, maybe do the running on grass. By the time you get to Friday, you should have freshened up a little bit, and you can do a higher intensity swim session, but not full tilt, and not a full hour, maybe 45 minutes of critical swim speed intervals over 200 or 300 metres. And you could do some threshold intervals on the bike. Again, a short session, 45 minutes. On the Saturday, you want to go back to the pool. You can do some best pace efforts flat out, but nothing else. And then on Sunday, you're going to do a 2-hour brick with a 90-minute session on your race bike. 30 minutes technical running, including 20 minutes faster than race pace. Okay, Monday, you're in a taper set there. That's some sprints and some work at around 80%. Long rests, fast work. Tuesday, you're back to a small brick there. 45 minutes on your time trial bike with a 30-minute easy and then 15 minutes at 80%. And then you can do a tech run. In fact, if you wanted to just run off the bike for 30 minutes and do 5 or 10 minutes faster than goal race pace, which is what GRP means, and that's fine. Wednesday is just to swim. Thursday, it's a full swim, bike and run. 20 minutes of pre-race. 30 minutes as 15 minutes warm-up, 15 minutes time trial and 15 minutes off the bike. Friday's your day for carbo loading, so we rest. Saturday, easy 15 minutes, easy 20 minutes, 10 minutes run. Do it all in the morning, get it out of the way, put your feet up, do your racking, put your feet up. Get ready for race morning. Okay, I would also focus in the next 2 weeks on the following. Get more sleep and less stress. We want more sleep because sleeping leads to an increase in what we call anabolic hormones. They're the things that help muscle to grow, help muscle to repair. Okay, they assist recovery. That's a positive, so you want to be doing more of that. I'd also suggest you try to reduce your stress. Increased stress leads to an increase in catabolic hormones. They're the sorts of things that slow down recovery. Remember, we're trying to recover, trying to get rid of fatigue. So anything that's slowing down recovery is a negative. Things that can lead to an increase in catabolic hormones: working overtime, working night shifts, lots of long haul flying, stressful deadlines to meet. Okay, now some life events you can't avoid, but if you're in charge of planning your work and family life, have a quiet 2 weeks leading into the race. If you can't do that, then that's fine. It doesn't mean you can't do the race, but be prepared for you to perform below par. Okay. Finally then, do just enough to stay fit and refreshed. Okay, remember I said about that sweet spot. You wanted to get rid of fatigue, but at the same time you wanted to freshen up. Try and stay in the sweet spot. And remember this, it's better to arrive at the start line slightly underdone than overcooked. If you're overdone, you're feeling a bit tired, you're never ever going to be able to recover that on the race. You're always going to have that feeling of tiredness, and that will get into your head and cause you to race slower. If you're a little underfit, you can always start off more conservatively and you'll probably be able to pick up. And that's it for the moment. All that remains is for me to see you on the start line on the 29th of May. It'll be my absolute pleasure to call each and every one of you across the line with my friends Kyle and Lee, and we're looking forward to it, and hopefully the weather's going to be a bit better than last year was. Right, that's it for me for now. Enjoy your taper. I will have another video for you next week about how to make the most of your race week, but for now, it's goodbye.